Your question is about happiness at workplace. Well, to get happiness at workplace, let us investigate why there is unhappiness at the workplace. Unhappiness at the workplace is because you just don't want to go to work. Why didn't you want to go to work? Because maybe there is clumsiness, maybe there's clutter in the mind, maybe there is laziness, maybe some inertia. So you need to do things to get out of inertia, clumsiness, clutter of the brain, and inhibitions. So when you get rid of this laziness of the body and then you start enjoying the work, then probably we can talk about happiness at workplace. So you first eliminate the reasons why there is unhappiness at the workplace. Now, most of the time you are in a hurry, you are in a haste. Perhaps there's a heat of transaction, there's a heat of conflict, like anger, for example. Now, this haste, hurry, and the heat inhibits your need to go to work, your happiness to go to work. I would call it always in a syndrome called ASAP, as soon as possible. So if you're always worked up with as soon as possible in your brain, then you should know that sometimes you want to downgrade this and take your own time. Understand the different pace, understand the different speed, and things are possible. Understand possibilities. Do not get too narrowed down into impossibilities. So this is where I tweak this this phrase called as soon as possible. This is as soon as possible number one. As soon as possible number two is, I would call it, always, A for always, S for success, and again A for achievement and accomplishment, and P for project. So the second ASAP is always success, achievement, accomplishment, and projects. Well, sometimes you got to downgrade this fixation on always success. Sometimes you may make mistakes. Give room for mistakes. Give room for imperfections. And always need to be downgraded to sometimes. Sometimes you may have a little, refresher time, rejuvenation time, rest time, relaxation time. So it's not always success. So the second ASAP is about downgrading always success, achievement, accomplishment, and project. This project fixation of only caught up in tasks can get the heat high inside you. The third ASAP is about the values as a person. ASAP, as a person. As a person, you need to do some introspection. It is not just about an identity. It is not just about your professorism or your professionalism. It's about your pleasure. It's about your personal interests. So as a person, you have lesser burden, lesser heaviness of identity, or lesser stress, because you do not have to fit into a mold or fit into a role. You are just a person. Now this downgrading, this fixation on ASAP1, ASAP2, ASAP3 are a checklist I'm providing for you to understand how to infuse some happiness into the workplace. Well, the next lesson of happiness into the workplace perhaps could be about three types of goals. One goal is livelihood. Another goal is developing your skills or skills training, enhancing your skill set. And the third goal must be about evolution as a person. So the first goal at work is achieved when you give good performance at work. So that is connected to livelihood. The second is when you need to exit performance and do some reformation inside you. And that is skill set. Add more skill set to do reformation. And then evolutionary goals. That is transformation from who you are today to who you could be, who you want to be, with creativity, with innovation, with intuition, your leadership quality as an inspirer. So even at work, you can be expressing livelihood with performance, but internally you need to develop skills for your growth and development, and further you need to do evolutionary goals. That is about your meditative techniques, your stretches for the body, and understanding of breathing techniques, so that your evolution, you are evolving That means performance, reformation, and then transformation. The first ASAP I told you, it's about performance. That is, the performance is enriching to you. That is connected to livelihood. It brings richness, it brings comforts, it brings conveniences. And then the second ASAP, or the second, the part of from performance to reformation, skill set, it brings enablers to you. Maybe you learn a new language like German, Spanish, and Hindi and Sanskrit, or you have a different set of skill set, maybe designing clothes, maybe information technology, maybe space research. So that's skill set. That is, from performance you move to reformation, and these are enablers. So you have enriching and enabling. But then where is empowerment? So happiness need to be linked to empowerment too. For that you cannot do without your techniques of meditation and inner research, how your brain works, how your mind works, and a lot of breathing techniques. So you evolve through performance into reformation, into transformation. You evolve with empowerment. So when you have enrichment, enablers, and empowerment, then you can be a happy person at your workplace also. For this, you need someone who endorses it, and so that you do not escape when stress comes. You do not escape out of the framework of work. Instead, you need somebody who endorses that your track is correct, you got a lot of meaning into what you do, somebody to reflect the purpose of what you're doing, why are you doing these things. You may call it a mentor or a guru. So these are the methods by which to infuse a little happiness into your workplace. Be happy, keep a happy face. Let everybody, all your colleagues and co-workers, work there with a happy face.